You and I have been talking about tax reform, attempting to write about the possibility of tax reform in Washington for as long as I've known you. That's 4 years. Yeah. Did you hear anything last night? You watched the whole debate that would tells you that that might actually happen.
I thought there was distressingly little discussion of taxes at the debate. There's a lot of talk about the Middle East, for example, and abortion, and very important topics, but the economy, to me, got short shrift. I mean, we heard Ben Carson talk about tithing. We heard a brief mention of the carried interest, but never really aired out. So I was disappointed about that.
Let me jump on that. There was actually a mention of carried interest in the undercard from George Pataki. Go ahead and play that.
The normal American person is paying higher taxes than they should because of loopholes, and one of them is that carried interest loophole. I would tax that income the same as ordinary income. I'd lower the rate to 24% for all Americans, but I would not give a special break to the Wall Street fat caps.
Peter, there's a weird sleight of hand going on there where everybody now, strangely, even the Republicans, are willing to talk about carried interest, but they're not willing to talk about capital gains overall. Is that conversation ever going to move from carried interest to the whole capital gains rate?
Whether the capital gains rate should be lowered. So I think that there's the thing we always hear about is just overall tax rate, which is what, you hear numbers like 10%. Right. You hear the flat tax. That was Rand Paul. You hear the fair tax, Mike Huckabee. They're all kind of different ways of touching the elephant from different sides. But capital gains rates, which are vitally important to corporate America, the kind of people watching this TV show, don't get talked about a whole lot.
There was an awful lot of discussion of foreign policy, military matters, and it got very detailed. Brendan, I know you probably were very glued to what Carly Fiorina was saying when it came to actual, programs that she was going to beef up again and so forth. But very little discussion on the economy and social issues in general, wasn't there?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure why that is. I mean, there's plenty to talk about. The economy, you didn't hear much talk at all about the Federal Reserve, for example.
I thought it was interesting.
Here, they were speaking in the middle of an FOMC meeting that Wall Street is glued to, and it just didn't come up as a topic. Amazing.
I mean, to a certain extent, I guess that was a moderator question, but it was up to the moderators to bring that up. But also, you have to wonder if it's not something that'll be saved for later.